Hello guys, today we are going to study about Hooke's law, right? So before starting Hooke's law, I want to make you understand what is the concept of Hooke's law. For example, I have a device in my hand and let's suppose this hook is connected to spring and it is the mean position of this body. If I apply an external force on this hook, what will happen? It will cover some displacement from its mean position, right? For example, I am going to increase my external force. What will happen? Displacement will also start to increase. Now you have to focus on other thing. When I will remove my external force, what will happen? The spring has an elasticity. Due to its elastic property, what will happen? It will apply a restoring force, right? When I am applying external force, at the same time spring is also applying a restoring force, which is also called tension. Pulling force of spring is called tension. So this is the Hooke's law. Hooke's law states that the restoring force of spring is directly proportional to the displacement from its mean position, right? If we have small displacement, then restoring force will also be small. If we have large displacement, restoring force will also be large. So it is the concept of Hooke's law. Now we are going to start the definition of Hooke's law. It says that tension is directly proportional to extension. No, there are two terms. Number one is tension and number two is extension. What does it mean by extension? For example, I have this figure of a spring. In normal condition, this spring lies on its mean position, right? If I apply an external force in downward direction, what will happen? It will cover some displacement. Okay, it will extend its position, it will extend in its length. So this extension is also called displacement, or you may say this displacement is called extension. Okay, so we are going to define one by one. Extension: displacement from mean position of spring is called extension, right, which is denoted by a small x. In the same way, the pulling force of spring in opposite direction to external force is called tension. So this is a very simple definition and it is a very small definition. Tension is directly proportional to extension. If we have larger displacement or extension in spring, the restoring force of spring will also be large, right? The other way to define Hooke's law is that restoring force in elastic body is directly proportional to displacement in it from its mean position within its elastic limit. Here we have a consideration. When we are applying an external force, we must consider its elastic limit. If we cross that elastic limit, then this law will not be applicable there, right? So we should apply external force in its elastic limit. So this is the law of spring, or we can say Hooke's law. The restoring force of spring will always be equal to external force, right? Both forces, restoring force will always equal to external force within its elastic limit. But you have to see that if we are taking external force as positive, then restoring force must be taken as negative, right? Both forces are equal. We may denote them by F, but the simple or small difference is that it will be positive, other will be negative. We can say it is the form of Newton's third law of motion. Every action has equal reaction but in opposite direction. right? Both action and reaction are equal, but minus symbol shows that reaction is in opposite direction, right? So mathematically, we are converting this definition into mathematical form. Restoring force is directly proportional to displacement. So we will write this. Restoring force is directly proportional to displacement, where restoring force is denoted by minus F and directly proportional sign then X. X is the displacement from its mean position, right? So if we remove directly proportional sign, what will happen? There will be a constant or coefficient. So as we are using spring, so here spring constant. This spring constant tells us about the quality of spring or the properties of spring, because sometimes uh, springs are very elastic, sometimes they are very hard. So this K will define the qualities of spring. It is more elastic or less elastic. So this is the law of Hooke, which is equal to F is equal to minus kx. So if you have any query, you may ask in comment box. And if you understand the concept, then please like and share your groups and subscribe it. Thank you.